Welcome to Team Talk. I'm Craig Zimmerman, and today we are with the St. Clair tennis ladies. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we've got Natalie Eifert, the head coach for St. Clair Tennis, and we're all going to learn something about tennis today.
Absolutely.
And we've got Violet Hurst, Amelia W., Savannah Phillips, and Haley Mills. I'm not going to ask you independently what grade you're going in. We might discuss that a little later. And as I mentioned earlier, if something gets screwed up, they can cut it in post, they call it. That's the technical term.
Okay.
So how did the St. Clair tennis team do this year?
We had an outstanding season. These girls are amazing. Their teammates are amazing. We did a lot of team bonding, which we really united the team. But we came in first in our regions, the Mac Blue, I messed up.
Mac Blue.
The Mac Blue League. We came
Yep.
in first. We came in first at regionals, and we went to states. We had several regional championships. Haley's the one that's here.
When we so you talk about regionals. Tell me about regionals. How do you get to regionals? By winning a district?
You get to regionals by winning, or everyone plays in regionals.
Okay.
But to get through regionals, you are. Wait, hold on.
Start all over there.
Okay. Because everyone gets to regionals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's every single team within your district goes to regionals and plays for the chance to go to states. So the top two teams go, or the top singles player. So the person that wins number one at regionals will go, even if her team does not qualify by points. You have to have 18 points to move on to states. So sometimes there are 3 teams that can go from regionals to states. But we all made it as a team. We had 23 points. So we
Now, when you make it as a team, I'm going to slow it down and stop it because you already got me like, whoa, that's a lot of information, right?
Okay.
So a team consists of how many players that are playing and scoring?
Okay, there's 12 players on the tennis team, but there are 8 flights.
Right.
1 through 4 singles and 1 through 4 doubles.
So when we talk about flights, explain that.
Okay. We have the 1 through 4 singles flights. So you have your top player has to play 1 singles, and that is Haley. So she has played 1 singles the last 2 years in a row for St. Clair.
Now, does that mean that the competition is going to be the better players are the first flight?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
But it's conceivable, though, that with, say, some of the bigger schools, you might have a second flight that is as good as the first or close to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And that falls true, but you do have to, when you're coaching the team, they have to play everybody so they know who's in what position on their team. So say we come to a team and we think, oh, well, your 3 singles player is better than your 1 singles. They have to provide records that, in fact, 1 beat 3.
Okay. So when you do is it called a tennis meet or what do you call it?
Yep, tennis match.
Okay, tennis
Yeah.
match.
Tennis match.
When you show up to have a tennis match, does flight 1 go first?
Well, most of the courts we go to have 1 through 8 courts, so
Okay.
everyone is on at the same time.
Okay.
Yep, so everyone's playing.
So, okay, let's step back and talk about this one we talked about earlier because I don't even know. I played tennis a little. I know a little bit about it, but explain the scoring. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it?
Go
No,
ahead.
unfortunately not. But so how it works is that so when you're saying like 0-0 and it's like no point has been played yet, you would say love all instead. So and then say you get the point and you'd say your score first.
So I would be 15.
Yes,
Okay.
15 love. And
Okay.
then say you get another point, that'd be 30 love.
Yep.
And then say you get another point, that's 40 love. And then say you and your teammate are like really close, like you're both like equally competitive, and if you both get to 40, it's deuce.
Okay.
So
I think.
yeah.
I mean,
It's very confusing.
that's sort of like some of this. It's almost like you could do a comedy skit on it. 15,
Oh yeah.
Like you go to school, 15, 30, what's the next one? 45, but no, it's 40.
It gets even
Yeah.
crazier. So when you go to deuce, you have to win by 2 points. So then you go into add in or add out.
Okay.
So add in is if you're up 1, and then add out is if you're down 1. And then if you lose that and you're up, then you go back to deuce.
Deuce because you're
Yeah.
tied.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
How long will it go on if it goes, I'll call that overtime, right?
It
I
will-
mean, it's not
No,
overtime,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it sort of is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So how many times will you go on before it's decided?
Oh,
Just until you
Yeah.
get 2. So like
Oh.
I've had like I've been in deuce and add in for like forever. Like
Like a half hour?
Yeah, like it'll be a really long time of just going back and forth to get those 2 points.
the win
yeah,
by 2
yeah.
is what's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
And that gets sort of tedious as a player then. There are some matches that go quite a bit longer than another.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though the first flight may be better than the third flight, who knows somebody could be over resting for 20 minutes and you're
Correct.
still going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and
Yeah.
some matches will go into 3 sets because when we're playing, we play best 2 out of 3 sets.
Explain
So
it. Okay, let's explain it for our viewers. What's a set?
Okay, Savannah, you want to take that one?
So a set is basically what Haley was
If
describing.
that was a point or how many?
That was like a game.
That was a
Okay,
game.
That was a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's 6 games in a set. So
First to 6.
it's 2-6. So you play to 6, basically. And if you win the first set and your opponent wins the second set, then you have to go into a third set.
Okay.
But if you win both sets, you're all done. But like if you
So you got to
split
win
sets,
the best of 3 then.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I learned something. Is that all the scoring? Is that everything?
Pretty
Yeah,
much. I think
yeah,
so.
that's
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
In general, if there's such a thing and there's not, but in general, how long does a match take? If you were
It really depends on
Yeah. It
can
who you're
vary.
up against.
Sure.
Some matches go really quick. Some will last an hour, hour and a half.
Okay.
It just depends on how closely skilled you both are, you and your
Okay.
opponent.
What would you say, just as a quick number, what would we say your quickest one? 10 minutes?
30.
I
30?
yeah,
30.
I feel
Yeah.
like I've completed
Yeah.
a set. in
Yeah.
30.
And your longest?
At regionals, our match was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask a weird, crazy question. Do you get timeouts?
So you switch sides during the match. So if the score is 1-0 or like 2-1 or something that when you add both sides together it's odd, you switch sides. It's called like changeover or crossover. And you get like a short break to take a drink of water, and then you get 2 minutes in between sets. And I think you get 5 when you go to the third set.
When third set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if it becomes an hour and a half, there's no extra timeouts though?
No.
There's not?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then changeover time is when I get to coach the team. So it's we get,
Yeah.
just under 90 seconds to talk to them and try
That is between sets?
to between changeovers, like what Violet was saying.
Like
when
between
the
games.
Scores, yep.
And so literally you could be running around that court like from one to the next to the next to the next because they're all ending at different times.
Yeah, I think my step count is like 80,000 when I'm coaching. It's like around the whole court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get into coaching this? I'm sure you played for a lot of years. Did you
Yes.
play in college?
I played growing up for Petoskey. We went to states. It was amazing. Then I was going to go to college, but I blew out my knee my senior year, the summer of my senior year. So I had to have reconstructive surgery. How I got into this was I was always at the courts here in town with my 3 boys hitting. And the boys team needed a coach, and a couple of the players were always seeing me out there and said, "Hey, will you come put in an application and apply? We
Okay.
see you out here all the time." So that's how
Okay.
that happened.
So you go to states.
Yes.
And you're doing states is team and singles and doubles?
States is your whole team if you make it as a team from
Okay.
regionals, or the number 1 singles player. And if the number 1 single player makes it, sometimes the 1 doubles team can come as well if they also win. So there was, I don't remember how many for 1 singles players did we count that were
There's
in
a
there.
lot, yeah, because it's like the winner and then just the 2 finalists get
Yes.
to go, yeah.
Yeah.
From regionals.
From regionals, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there that's like with an asterisk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
It's not guaranteed. It's just depending what goes on.
yes.
Okay. So I didn't memorize who's in what grade, going into what grade. So who are the 2 graduates here? Okay, 2 graduates. So tell me about your senior season. Was that your 4th season on tennis team?
Yes, that was. I started playing my freshman year, and like I fell in love with it immediately. I like played during the winter I played in the Port Huron Tennis House, so I could like keep it going. And yeah, it's been a really great senior season. I've gotten to go to states my junior and senior year, so that's very cool. And I feel like the group of like girls I've always been with is like a really welcoming, good community. So that's been like one of my proudest things, being a part of the tennis team. Like I can say like everyone on the team is like genuinely supportive of each other, and just it's a very welcoming environment.
Good team building.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. And Violet?
Yeah, so this is also my 4th season playing. I started my freshman year. This is my partner, Amelia. We were 2 doubles. We had a very successful season. I think we were 16-9, so pretty good.
Very good.
We were runner-ups for regionals. It was a lot of fun. Me and Savannah were both captains this year, which was really fun. And like she said, it's just an amazing group of girls. They're all super sweet, super supportive, and it was really nice being able to be there for them in that like captain capacity. Okay.
Since you two are seniors, what's in the realm of thought where you're heading next fall?
So I'm going to SBSU, Saginaw Valley, and I'm thinking of playing like intramural or like club tennis there. They do have tennis courts, so I'm definitely thinking about it.
So you'll take your racket in August when you go?
Yes, for sure.
Both of you?
Yeah.
And where are you going?
I'm going to Grand Valley.
Rivals.
2 Valley girls.
Yes. And yeah, I'm hoping to play some club tennis or some intramural, same as her.
Club sport's the big thing in college, so I'm sure there's plenty of people to play with.
Yeah, we have a girl who graduated last year who is playing club tennis for Grand Valley, so I'm hoping I can join her when I get over there.
So when you play doubles with Amelia, who figured who's playing together? Is that coach?
Coach, yes.
Okay. Tell me about how you pick who plays together.
Okay, that's tricky. That's a really tricky subject. But these two, it just clicked right away in our first week of practices when they were doing tryouts. Amelia wanted to play singles, and she did a singles match, and you did as well. But they're together in a doubles match. These two are unbeatable. The way that they communicate, move, and talk on the court is what every coach dreams of. They just have something that just sparks and clicks, and they know where they're moving.
So now you got to find somebody to mix with her next year.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you're playing doubles, I've seen it, but I don't know a lot about it. Is there one person that plays forward more than the other, or is it back and forth, back and forth?
Go ahead.
You're like just switching between points. If you're serving, then you're at the baseline the whole time, playing back. But if your partner's serving, then you're playing it front. But if the opponent is serving, then you switch back and forth from front and back.
So it's going to be fairly equal.
Yeah, equal, yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer playing up or back?
I prefer back a lot. And she's...
I prefer up.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
Yes. I get a little crazy up in the net sometimes, but it's okay.
She's hit people.
She's hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Violet, I think, has hit someone in almost every match.
Yeah, I think I only had
With
2
the
matches.
racket or the ball?
No, the ball.
It's not intentional, I promise.
No. The goal at the net is to put the ball at your opponent's feet so they can't return the ball. So
That's the
And
object.
sometimes it's a little bit higher than the feet, but it's not perfect.
Now, obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but there's a line in the middle, and you can't go over the line?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you
yeah,
can.
you
Just
just...
not while you're waiting to like return the serve.
Yeah.
So you can go right to left either way?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
You just have to communicate with your partner.
That you guys are
Yeah.
switching, because you don't want to both be on the same side.
So if a ball comes 6 inches over the line, is that either one's ball?
Whoever can get it
Yeah, whoever can get it.
easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoever has the best shot on the ball will go for it.
Yeah.
So after the first week or two of playing together, you probably get a pretty good feel for that?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. And that's where like the communication comes into
Yes.
play, and making sure you're like, oh, that's yours, or I got it, so that it doesn't just
Right.
double bounce and you're like, oh, I thought you were going to get that.
Right.
Does that I'm guessing that happens sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to keep it minimal. That's very interesting.
Yeah, we have a lot of yours, mine, got it, and switch calls, just with the doubles
Okay.
teams.
Now,
Always communicating.
if I ask all 4 of you, is it easier or tougher Singles or doubles?
I'd say equal, but
I'd
there's
say doubles,
it's the
but,
mental
you
part.
know,
Singles, you got to do it all. So
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like they're almost like entirely different.
Different,
Right.
Because
yeah.
there's different strategies, you know. You're not really up at the net as much in singles.
In
Yeah.
doubles, you have the alleys, so that plays a big part. Like she
Yeah,
doesn't
I do
have.
not like those.
Yeah, the
alleys.
court
Yeah.
sizes are different.
Yes.
You serve
The
in
alleys
different
are the
spots.
sides?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me think for the doubles you have, those are
Those are in.
Yes.
in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Singles, they're not.
Right.
Okay, makes sense,
Yeah.
because you're covering less territory. Okay. Hope everybody's learning something here.
Absolutely.
Okay, got the underclassmen here, so tell us about what's going to go on next year.
A lot of things. Well, so me and Amelia, we're both captains for next year, and I know we're already planning like team bonding activities, like ways we can help fundraise and stuff like that. So, but I mean, Amelia.
I'd say we're really encouraging people to do off-season stuff at the
Oh, yeah.
tennis house
Sure.
because doing it off-season or doing tournaments during the off-season really prepares you for the upcoming season. So just really getting it out there.
Yeah.
And
I would think tennis is probably one of those sports, even like golf, in the sense that you're going to play in the off season anyway,
Yeah.
because you're going
Yeah.
to play when the weather's good.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people do go to the tennis house, and whether it's take instructions or play with friends, playing the Robinson.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes, yes,
I know
we're all,
that, yeah.
yeah.
all of us, yep.
Yeah.
Now, is the Robinson something that fills up 100% and you got to get your name in early, or is it
No.
fairly open?
No, it's
They have
pretty-
a lot of flights.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, they have a lot of flights, and they take. I believe they take almost everybody.
Yeah, they
Okay.
encourage like
they
basically
encourage
like
you
a lot.
to come
Okay.
and play. So yeah.
So from year to year, it may be a little bit longer or shorter, depending upon how many come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
kind of separate it into like different little brackets
Yeah.
almost, and you like have your time that you play. So last year, like when I played girls doubles, I played at like 9 o'clock in the morning, but then I played mixed doubles and I played at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it just kind of depends.
Now, being that you ladies play doubles, do you go out on a Monday or Tuesday or a Wednesday and play singles too?
I mean, if my
Yeah.
friend is like, let's go play a quick match, I totally will. I've played singles before, so I'm fine with it.
Depends
kinda-
who's coming along.
Yeah, it kind of just depends on how many people
How
you can
many
get to go
people,
play
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's planned for this summer?
There's summer rec going on that she's actually coaching for the little kids, beginners, and us too, and also adults, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
adults
So you
too.
guys are the teaching pros at this kind of camp.
Violet is.
Yeah.
Violet
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
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 But these girls, the girls team and the boys tennis team from the high school, we run the middle school program.
Okay.
So that is 2 days a week, and then we have matches on Sundays. But they coach the middle school team with myself
Okay.
and the JV coach at the time, Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact is, you folks know all that there is to know about scoring. Do the kids in middle school know?
We have to teach them.
Okay.
We have to coach them a lot.
And do
Yeah.
they catch on by the second or third time?
Some do.
Yeah,
Okay.
some do.
Okay.
But honestly, I feel like sometimes we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes, like when it's kind of interesting because it's like tennis is one of those sports where it's like you can actually lose points if you don't know your own score. Like
Yeah.
there's nobody to tell you like, hey, that's wrong.
Oh, there
if
is?
you
Yeah. No.
if you
Okay.
like don't call the score right and it stays wrong, that you just lost a point.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially like with a
Unfortunately.
hot match too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you kind of just get in your head and it just,
Okay.
you start getting delusional.
Now we discussed. I had this discussion yesterday with baseball and cross country track. You ladies are playing in the spring, so it's tough. Now, has it always been that way?
No.
Okay, it used to be fall.
It used to be fall.
Because technically, it would be better if it was fall because you'd be playing in June, July,
Yes.
August, and
Yeah.
go right
And
into
then
the
go right
season.
into it, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's not what the boys do. The boys team goes right into the fall.
Right.
And they got flipped, yeah.
Yeah, some of those changes. Well, there was a winner and a loser almost, right?
Right,
In that
right,
sense.
yeah.
So you'll play all summer long, and then out of you four, do you play a fall sport?
No.
I do. I play volleyball.
Okay. Okay. Any other volleyball players?
I used to.
Okay. Basketball
I
players?
did a little bit of swim
No?
too.
Okay.
Well, you both do band.
Marching
Oh,
band.
yeah, we do.
So
we're
that takes
marching
up a lot of
band.
your,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, me and Haley are both drum majors for
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And,
Well,
yeah.
we'll have to get the drum majors in. That'll be something.
Oh, that would
else.
be fun.
Okay. Tell me about the upcoming season. Anything changing? Are you will you be in the same MAC conference next year?
Actually, we're moving up to the white. So
Okay.
there's the red, white, blue, gold,
Yep.
silver. So we are in the blue. We've won the blue the last 3 years in a row.
Automatically
So
go up.
Yeah.
we are moving up, and it's going to be some tough competition,
Okay.
but we're very excited.
Now, the thing that, especially for people watching at home, it's tough for even people that are involved in this stuff to keep track. Like football is in one division, basketball's in another.
Yeah.
You know, they're all in different. And it has to do with records. I think it has to do with school size in some respects. You know, and then if you win consecutively, they bump you up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but the 80s are voting to move us up. Not us, but everyone who,
Yep.
if you win your division, you move up. If
Yep.
you lose, you move down.
Yep.
So I think that's coming up on the plate as far as tennis too. Some sports already do it,
Yeah.
but tennis is not something that automatically does that. So we'll be joining that hopefully
Okay.
soon.
We've got some pictures that we're going to show up on the board here, I think,
Yeah.
in a second here. And then when they show those pictures, you can talk about them and tell us anything you want to know. We got to thank Sullivan Smith and Reed Packin for doing it. They're in the booth in there. And they're
Yes, thank
setting
you.
things up.
So this was taken after we were regional championships. So we had just won our last match. I think it was like 5 p.m. It had been a long day of tennis. Most of the team you will see here, we had byes in the first round. So I think you were the last, Haley was our last match to go on, and I think
Yeah,
you went
I
on
think
at 2.
Yeah, I start at 2.
So it was a long day. We got there at 7:30, and some of the matches didn't go on until 2, but we won. So this is the second. We're doing our W's, so the girls were excited to do W's. Rounding the trophy in the middle.
That's a regional?
Regional trophy.
Okay.
Yep.
There's six names.
Yeah, there's
Do you know who that was?
Oh, yes. Our third singles.
Singles player. Yep. So that was just us. And then these were our seniors that graduated this year. So 2 of which are here
Yep.
today. It was just, we had a nice celebration for them. This is one of our,
Oh, this is the one, Don't Smile.
yes,
Yeah.
this is our fierce, so we're coming for you. And this was our team at state. So we wore our regional shirts that we had made, and we are on the big courts at the big house. It was just a really neat experience to be on the courts. You can't see, but behind us there are just stadium seatings looking over
Okay.
the courts. So it was a great experience. You guys want to add anything?
It was
Got
a
some
lot of
It
parents
was,
there.
it was a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
the
so
day
this was us with our road crew. They came and supported us on the road.
Teams.
And this was with all of the state players. We were just getting ready for a state meeting. We're down in the front here. It was just
It's pretty amazing
Really-
to watch
really
these
neat to
college
see.
facilities too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We felt so professional.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. It was
Okay.
really neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I missed anything?
One thing, all of the girls on the team were MAC all academic scholarships.
Okay.
So that was 3.0 and higher. So that was really
Congratulations.
amazing to have a whole team.
Okay. We're counting on our number of views to go up because we've got 5 people here now. The 2 guys over there, they got to tell all their friends. You got to tell Grandpa Dick. He's got to watch it. We're gonna
Yeah.
have him watch it.
That's right.
Watching on his cell. Does he watch on his cell phone? So thanks for coming, ladies.
Yeah,
Good
thanks for
luck
having
in
us.
college. Good luck
Thank
in
you.
the senior year. And thanks for watching Team Talk.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.